Hello my dear student, I welcome you all to the maths class. So from today onwards we are going to start exercise 4.2, which is in page number 78 of your math NCERT book, chapter number 4, basic geometrical ideas. Okay, so question number 1 here we have is classify the following curves as number 1 open or closed. So dear children, you have not studied about curves. I have not given you any explanation regarding curves. So before starting this exercise, let us have a brief knowledge. Let us have a little knowledge of a curve. What is actually curve? A curve is a shape or a line which is smoothly drawn in a plane having a bend or a turns in it. For example, a circle is an example of a curve shape. So you have seen a curve many a time. Everywhere you see in your grill, a window of the grill which is made up of is basically in a circular form, semicircular form, right? The triangular form. All those curve, all those figure, or all those object are considered as curve. Why? Because the line here are bent, right? Wherever you find a bent or a clinch, and then the figure will be considered as curve. Okay, so let us have a little more meaning about the curve. A curve is defined as smoothly flowing continuously line that has a bend. So you can see here a bend. That's why this line is nothing but a curve. Okay, we give the name to such an object as curve. It doesn't have any shape, sharp turns. The way to identify the curve is that the line bends and changes in direction at least once. So if I consider circle, so here, or a semicircle, whichever you like to consider, this are curve because here the lines are bending one at over here. Just see. So the way to identify the curve is that the line bends, the line here is bending like this and changes its direction. Suppose this is moving towards north, but at some point this changes its direction towards south. Okay, the bending of a line, changing the position, changing the direction, is considered as a curve. Okay, so if the concept of the curve is clear, then the curves can be classified. Okay, so curves are classified into different categories, but here we will learn about specific types of curve. Those are in your class, that is open curve and closed curve. Okay, so what is open curve? A curve that has two endpoints, and when it does not enclose the area within itself, it is known as an open curve. Some of the example of the closed open curves are as follows. So here you can see the spiral S type of figure, which is not closed as they have two endpoints here. They are not connected like this. If they are connected, then they will be considered as closed. Open, why? Because they are open. The face are open, that is the two endpoints are not joined. All right, so this is considered as open. Open, you all know what do you mean by open. From where you can enter, from where you can exit. So in such curve where opening is open every time, no closing is there, the area which is enclosed or open will be considered as open curve. Okay, the next type of curve which is there in your exercise, which is very important for your class, is closed curve. So by the name only itself is indicating that the area is closed, right? That means the two endpoints now are connected. That means the area are joined. The two endpoints are joined. So a curve has no endpoint. Okay, so you will not find any endpoints in the circle. So circle is the best example. Okay, so a curve has no endpoint, and when it encloses the region of or area will form, it is known as closed curve. All right, the type of curve is formed by joining two endpoints of the open curve. Now open curve, there was two endpoints. This is one endpoint, this is one endpoint. But now if you join this two endpoint, from that open curve only we are getting closed curve, right? The best example of the closed curve, circle, wherever you go. So in this figure also, like this all oval shape figure, ellipsis, circle, fish shape structure here, the two endpoints are joined. So this type of curve is considered as closed curve. All right. So if the concept of open and closed curve and the type of what is curve, if it is clear, then I'd like to start exercise 4.2, which is very important for which is very important related to that of open and closed only. It is based on. Okay. So number 1, classify the following curves as number 1, open or closed. So number A here is a Z-shaped figure. So even these are curves. Every figure represented from A to E are curve. But here you have to classify. Here you have to give a name whether it is open or closed curve. So it is simply, we can write that it is open curve. Why? Because the two endpoints, they are not connected. If suppose it is connected like this also, then we could have said it is closed. But here it is open curve. Why? Because the two endpoints are not joined, right? The area here are in an open vicinity, right? So that is why, hence it can be considered as open curve. Next, so the figure here is somewhat like this. So this figure is closed curve, right? Why? Because there in this figure you will not find any endpoints, right? The endpoints are joined, so hence this is closed curve. So I hope you people understood now with the example. So that is why I have told you why it is important to understand first of all a curve, then types of curve, then exercise, proceeding to the exercise. Now the third one you can see in your book. So the two endpoints can be easily seen here, right? So the figure number C is representing open curve. Why? Because the two endpoints are not joined here, right? Okay. Next, triangular shape. The triangles are even curve, right? Most of the students get confused. So wherever you find a bend, wherever you find the change in the direction of a line, then that will be considered as curve. All right. So what is this type of curve? It is closed curve. Why? Because here the all endpoints are joined and no area is open here, right? None of the area is in the open vicinity, so it is considered as closed curve. Number E now. Number E here we have is the shape is a type of a trapezium. Okay, I hope you people have not heard this term trapezium, but or a quadrilateral. First, you simply you remember this term, that is quadrilateral, having four sides. This is also closed curve. Why? Because the end points of every points are joined here, right? So it is closed curve. Okay, proceeding to the next question. Draw a rough diagram to illustrate the following. Number A, open curve. So you have to draw any figure which will represent, okay, open curve. So if I draw it like this will represent open curve. So this is a rough diagram I have made. You can draw any figure which will represent open curve. Next, I can represent like this also. So this figure is also representing an open curve. So let me give the figure number A here, B here. Okay, so the last one, that is question number B, you have to draw the closed figure. So variety of example I have given you, right? So I want you all to do this as a home assignment. Kindly do it. Wherever you have a problem, you can share with me. Feel free to share with me. Okay, so this much for today, student. In our next class we will proceed with the next sum. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Thank you everyone.